my God.
Hey, hi. What? Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Hello. How'd you get in here? How the hell did you get in here? Because I didn't see you. Did you sneak in? I want to know how you got in here and...
Show me the proof, dumbass.
Okay, god damn it. You know, this is the first patron-only episode of the new year 2025. And I don't know if you guys do this. Yes, you do. Where you're like, okay, new year, new start. You know, all these things that I do that I gotta kind of change. Now's the time, I guess. I do this same thing every year. I'm like, all right, fresh start. This is gonna be the greatest year of my life. And, you know, I don't know, maybe this will help. I know that there's a lot of people who are doing stuff, interesting stuff, you know, watching this video. And I don't know if this will help, but I realized I've been doing these videos for like 5 years. 5 years?
5 years?
I've been doing these videos for like 5 years now. And I've never done anything like creative like that for that long consistently. And yes, part of this is luck. Probably a larger than I'm willing to acknowledge part of this is luck, you know? That an algorithm, that a robot blasted these videos out to people for like 3 months max. But this is like the only thing I've learned from doing this is that this is just a routine. This is a routine now. I just have a routine. There's nothing glamorous. Like making these videos is like the opposite of glamorous. You know, I'm like, all right, gotta set up the stupid lights now. OBS is not going to work properly as it does.
As it's wont to do.
The sound's going to be wrong. Speaking of, let me fix this. But it's just a routine. So this is really the only thing I've learned. If you're trying to do something and you're like, I'm not getting it. And this is for me too. There's so many things. I have this long list. Okay, this year
it's finally going to happen.
And you know, honestly, not to be all Andrew Tate about this, but I think this is really all we can do if we're trying to do something, especially some creative thing, is just like have a routine. Whatever happens outside of the routine, not really any of my business. You know, I got all this stupid crap that I want to do. I want to make a real movie. I want to make other kinds of videos, other kinds of crap, you know. And that's what I've been doing. How do I make this a routine? Well, I'm probably going to have to start small with it, you know. When I first started doing these videos, very uncomfortable. It was honestly kind of like, why am I doing this? I don't like being on camera. I look stupid. I sound stupid. You know, my housemates were hearing me like yelling into the computer. They were like, what's going on in there? We're trying to do something. Can you shut up? You know, so I know whatever I'm doing is probably going to be kind of annoying and uncomfortable starting this stuff. So I got to kind of start small. Blah, 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 blah. This is where I'm at now in the first day of 2025 while I'm recording this. And I say to you, the beloved and bestowed upon you all gratitude and praises, the supporters of this program. Let's do it together. I know you guys got stuff to do because I see it in the comments.
This year to each other,
we will say,
show me the proof, dumbass.
A 2024 Tesla Cybertruck pulled into the area, a valet of the Trump International Hotel. We saw what looked like maybe some sort of smoke, and then the truck exploded.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I just heard a boom.
I just heard a
boom.
And I went,
oh my God.
Okay, come on. Don't use the drops like that, man. For some reason, I can't unsubscribe or unsuggest, what do you call it? From all these Las Vegas subreddits, this crap keeps coming up and everybody's posting
video, security camera video.
And like first-person cell phone video of this Cybertruck exploding out front of the Trump Tower. The Trump Tower is kind of sad in Las Vegas. Just out there by itself, kind of. Okay, I thought this was just that Cybertrucks explode. This is kind of a weird story. Police are investigating after a Tesla Cybertruck, also known as the Cybertruck filled with fuel canisters and firework mortars. A great combination. Exploded outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. The driver was killed and 7 people were injured. Police said without naming. The car was filled with, fireworks. It's like, okay, it was close to New Year's, but fireworks and gas canisters in an electric car. It's like, okay, something's up here.
Meanwhile, there are other explosions that are happening. Unclear whether these are...
It's a pretty funny way.
That's Ben Shapiro. Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay, so he's going to give us some news here on this Cybertruck thing. Not a lot to say about it. We don't know anything about it, so go ahead.
Related, whether it's an accident or anything
Right.
else like that. It would be very weird if it were an accident, what just happened outside of the Trump Vegas hotel.
Right.
Apparently, a Cybertruck blew up in front of the Trump hotel in Las Vegas.
Right.
It's a fairly large explosion.
There was another tragic thing that happened in New Orleans that he kind of ties them together, it seems, a little bit. In this video, he's kind of trying to be like, look at this. Kind of get the vibe he's trying to tie these two unrelated things together, but this is kind of a weird one. So here he is talking about the New Orleans tragedy. Here we go.
By various reports, somewhere between 10 and 15 people have died in New Orleans at this point, and 35 have been wounded by a terror attack. What we do know about the suspect at this point,
Right.
Jabbar was an Army veteran, possibly had been discharged. Unclear exactly at this point whether that would be an honorable or dishonorable discharge. There is some tape apparently floating around of the suspect doing things like diversity training on behalf of the military.
Okay. What does that mean?
He apparently...
Okay, gotta do the view check, of course. 350,000 views in 7 hours.
Oh my God.
Wow. This guy's views have not been great lately. Most important part here, this guy's views have not been great. But that is a weird little, I mean, this is a, tragic thing that happened here. Innocent people getting hurt, obviously. But this guy works in this thing. There's videos floating around that this guy had diversity training when he was in the U.S. military. Okay? How is that relevant? That's very chatbot. That's very chat GPT. That's when you know you're becoming chat GPT as a person. When you're like, okay, this doesn't really make any sense what I'm saying. It's not really relevant, but I say this all the time. I say this kind of stuff all the time. So I'll just say this. Okay. So I'll just go like this. Oh, God, that's really funny if you think about it for a second. Because, like, at pretty much every office job I've had, they make you, like, either fill out a form or watch a video or something where it's basically like, hey, don't harass your coworkers.
Don't grab your coworkers,
They have to do all these, like, legal covering themselves. Hey, we told them don't grab your coworkers. Sort of like a harassment liability stuff you have to do. And then, like, what if I'm at that job and I start stealing computers? I start stealing laptops, monitors, office chairs. And they're like, hey, you're fired. Then Ben Shapiro comes on his channel. He does a story about it. This guy's stealing crap. Also, he had to take harassment training. So, connect those dots. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Wait, what the hell? Are you okay?
Islamic terrorism remains a serious threat to the American public.
Okay.
Pretending that away by suggesting that the real threat in America is right-wing, quote-unquote, white supremacism. That the real threat of terrorism in the United States has nothing to do with radical Islam, is, of course, wish casting. And this is one of the big problems that Europe has had as well, is the attempt to pretend away the problem of radical Islamism and its impact. It's going to be a question with regard to legal immigration.
Okay.
Where are people coming from? What are their belief systems? How well do they want to assimilate into the United States? How much do they actually care about American values? How much do they hate those values?
How are you going to find that out?
How vulnerable?
Okay. Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, especially coming from Benny Shapiro. He's like, we gotta, I don't know exactly what he's saying. We gotta, like, do ideology tests. Because this person that he's talking about was a U.S. citizen. They served in the military. But he's like, we gotta test people's ideology, even legal immigrants. How do you do that? How do you do that exactly? We're giving out ideology tests. Is America number one forever the best? And then you put yes. And they're like, pass. I guess that's what... That's the really thought through thing that Ben Shapiro's given us here. The other, like, inconvenient thing about this for Benny Shapiro is that there was, like, a shooter, like a mass shooter who was a Benny Shapiro viewer. So should we start testing, are you a fan of Benny Shapiro? Yes, I am. Oh, ooh, you're on the list. You're on the suspicious person list. Now you're not allowed in. It's kind of a tough one for Ben Shapiro here.
TikTok is slated to get banned in a couple weeks, and if it does in fact get banned, this could be the beginning of the end of Gen Z media.
Oh
hey
my
guys,
God!
Emergency, welcome back to my channel. And today,
no problem. I've never been here. I can't be welcomed back because I've never been to your channel. So take that back. Take that back and
Show me the proof, dumbass.
All right, so the comedian Theo Von
Never heard of him.
Talked to you about the TikTok ban. And
I
why
said
he-
never heard of him, Kyle. Hello. Oh, Kyle, think you're so cute with that hair. How dare you? With that hair, Kyle got people out here like,
oh my God,
that one's never getting old. Kyle know he looking good with that hair. So you know what he does to people?
She spit on them.
Okay, that one really didn't work.
By the way, I don't think it's actually going to go through because Trump is getting in office, and Trump will end up doing the right thing in this instance for the dead wrong reason.
Okay, that's right. We're doing a mini zoom in for this, please. Is it zoomed? Tech check. Tech check. Tech check. The TikTok ban. This is all over the media still. Again, Theo Vaughn's talking about it.
The king of views, Theo Vaughn.
Theo Views, I call him. He's talking about this too. He's like, there's another side to this. I think there might be more to the TikTok ban. Go read Paris Marx, who's a writer. Paris Marx did a thing in Jacobin about this. That's kind of interesting. You know, long story short on the Paris Marx thing, you know, China for a very long time has been seen by the United States as like a cheap source of manufacturing labor, stuff like that. And now they're like, hey, we're making an app that's like quickly becoming like the app, you know, the media app, especially among younger people. Like China is actually becoming like a real competitor in that thing. That's, you know, I think that's part of it. So I'm going to do like a long thing on this because I'm reading a book about the founding of TikTok, the start of TikTok. So I'm going to do like maybe a long thing about TikTok. I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole with it. That'll come out in the next couple days. But, you know, long story short here, there's a lot of weird stuff with TikTok there are different competing interests, I think, with this TikTok stuff and banning it and scaremongering about it and all this stuff.
I am very concerned, like you are, about what
me too.
social media does to young minds.
Oh my God.
The fact that teen mental health appears to be plummeting. What do you think
right,
of the broader
exactly, man. Oh, wait, an Andrew Tate question. Go ahead.
It's primarily about doing things that men typically have been good at, which is just getting shit done. Is Donald Trump
right?
a good
You like that?
model?
You like that? Okay, great. Okay, you know what? I was trying to take a break toward the end of the year. You know, I left town, got the hell out of town, tried to do some family type crap. You know. But then I check YouTube and this came up for me. What's this guy's name? Chris Williamson. He's a very popular on YouTube. Chris Williamson. Very handsome. Ooh.
Muy guapo. Muy guapo.
I actually saw this guy at a bar in Austin. All these guys come to Austin now. And this is shocking. This is shocking because this never happens. I believe he was shorter than me. You know, my doctor has said to me, you are too short. He said that to me point blank. I said, you're not allowed to say that, man. And I sued him. But I believe this guy was shorter. No problem. I'm a big Short King guy fan. Actually, I just don't care. I don't care. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. He seems huge to me on these YouTube videos, so I was a little bit like, I wasn't expecting that. Very handsome, but says stupid things on the internet. But anyway, I saw this video when I was trying to like take a little bit of a break, you know, and I immediately got pissed off by this. I watched this whole 30 minutes thing and I just like got pissed off. 400,000 views in 2 days. Piers Morgan always pumping out the stupidest crap. But just in that little bit, you could see, this is what I actually wanted to talk about with like the TikTok ban stuff, social media for young people, all this crap. Just in that little opening clip, he's like, I'm really concerned about young people's health on this social media. Social media is making young people insane. Also, I like Andrew Tate. Okay, wait a second. But I watched this whole interview, and there's a part where he cites Jonathan Haidt, who he's had on his show, you know, like for a long interview where he's like, yeah, social media is the source of all our ills, especially for young people. And weird, ironically, I hate the content of that Jonathan Haidt guy. Ha 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 ha. And
oh my God.
You know, after I watched this video, I got more kind of pissed off about that Jonathan Haidt thing because this book that's still like at the very top of the Amazon bestseller that everybody's talking about. You know, the basic premise of that book is like there's a mental health crisis among young people and it's because of social media. And I showed on this channel, he debated like the top researcher for that exact topic and they're like, you're wrong. And he's just like, well, I'm still going to sell the book. So this guy must know he's wrong. But if you just think, I actually like had a second to really think about this. This guy thinks you can put in a vacuum. Like you can just isolate in a world with, you know, a lot of people grew up, you know, post 2008, like financial meltdown, you know, really serious economic problems. This moron is saying, oh, no, we can isolate from all that, from all the factors of life in American society, social media, videos on YouTube and TikTok. That's insane. That's so stupid. That's so stupid and so evil that it kind of, you know what it makes me think? It makes me think,
Show me the proof, dumbass.
and I really think this goddamn thing applies to another story. This is from today. Another internet social media story, young people related story. Pornhub is now blocked in almost all of the US South. Okay? As of today, 3 more states joined the list of 17 that can't access Pornhub because of age verification laws. Oh, Pornhub. It's impossible to find other porn crap if Pornhub is blocked. Okay, where's Pornhub blocked? Virginia, Montana, North Carolina, Arkansas, Utah, Mississippi, Texas. Oh, that's where I live. So I can't go like this.
Oh my God.
Nebraska, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Indiana, that's it. Florida. Hey, I used to live there. I used to go like this. Huh? There. Okay, this is one of those where I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. Put it in the comments below. Now everything's comments. Put it in the toilets below. But like there are problems with the porn industry, you know? And I remember when these laws started coming out, I was reading about this and the industry was like, well, why don't you just make this on the device? Like the device can tell how old you are and it'll just, whatever, block these sites. You know, and sites like this, 404, we're talking about like the privacy concerns with people having to put in their ID and all this stuff. So like the first thing, it's like, this doesn't seem legit. This doesn't seem like they're really trying to protect people. But I think this kind of is the same thing with the social media is ruining kids. This is why they're having trouble because of media, because of social media, because of TikTok. I've been on TikTok, by the way, a bunch, and TikTok is mostly fun. I don't know. TikTok is also largely not political. Unless you're like really looking for a lot of political stuff. It's mostly people doing like sketches and stuff. But this is really spreading, especially across YouTube. Like this is almost becoming like a common idea that, you know, the source of society's ills is non-material. It's not economic, it's media. It's media-based, which seems very convenient to me. It's like even with the porn stuff on the consumption side, I've not seen like conclusive evidence that there's like a major psychological problems from porn crap. You know, and that same guy who's super popular on YouTube, that Chris Williamson guy, he's always like, oh, this is a real problem. You know, with no real scientific evidence, it's just like, there's a real problem. Again, it's the same thing. It's just like, you can somehow isolate like everything else that they deal with in society, and you could just isolate media, and the media's the problem. That's insane. That's insane. Okay, what does this say in 404 here? Even if someone wanted to visit Pornhub from Florida today, they could easily get around any age verification barriers with a VPN. Okay, great. Great law that you guys are doing. Amazing work, which we consistently see searches for spike when these laws go into effect. Oh, amazing. So that's kind of crazy. You know, I read something like this and I'm like, I don't really believe that they're trying to help people here or keep people safe here. Because there's way better things they could do if they really believe that. And then you read that and you're like, oh, they don't believe it either. This is fake.
Generation Beta will mostly be the kids of younger millennials and older Gen Zers. But according to educators currently working with Gen Z students, many report suffering negative consequences from frequent social media use.
They do see their community as having a lot of anxiety. They do see higher rates of depression.
Oh man, this stuff is all over the place. This stuff has been all over the place for years and years now. And this to me has always been so hollow. This just rings so hollow. Now this is just purely like highly suspicious. I mean, a lot of this is just people like repeating things and not really like thinking about it. But if you think about this for a couple seconds, which I don't, because I'm too busy listening to podcasts and watching Mr. Beast. But if you think about this for a second, you know, I was in high school in the late 90s. And even then it was like, this was the message we would get as 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds was, hey, if you don't prove yourself, if you don't get good grades, and do all the right extracurricular activities, all this crap, then you're not going to get into the right college. If you don't get into the right college, you will be poor and you will be unloved and you will die alone for all eternity. That was kind of the message we were getting. Now that's like even worse. Now that message is even more extreme, I think, for younger people. You know, you hear these stories about like, especially in big cities where it's like, I need to get my kid into the right kindergarten or else, again, they will die alone, poor and destitute, again, for all eternity.
Oh my God.
And somehow, in all these reports, they're like, young people are anxious. All that part is just like pushed out of the equation, and it's funny videos on TikTok are the problem. It seems a little suspicious. That part never gets discussed. Like the other sources of anxiety for young people, nobody never gets discussed. Interesting. Kind of weird. So I think these people know they're full of bullshit with this, but there is some truthful stuff about too much social media. You can just learn this yourself. You can just figure this out yourself. You know, it's pretty obvious if you're like listening to stuff, if you're consuming stuff, watching videos like all the time, yeah, you might get a little stupid. I've seen this in myself. If I'm like listening to stuff all the time, headphones, watching videos like all the time, like my inner monologue, you know, me just like working stuff out, talking to myself in my brain happens less. So I become kind of a little bit more of a dullard. Really, I become less of a conversationalist, I think. But that's kind of obvious. You could figure that out without this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can't be consuming stuff all the time, but what this seems like to me, social media, it's destroying kids' lives. Yeah, let's take a look at all the context that these kids live inside of, too. Morons. Okay, whoa. What the hell is this?
Oh my God.
Oh, this is new Jen Shapiro. The clone, I guess, they cloned that woman, of Ben Shapiro. I think people probably love her, right? Let's see what these goddamn comments say. I would like to hear Brett's true opinion on this. Whoa, hey, man. Give this new lady a break.
Huh? You're a little baby.
Hey, I know what the producers are thinking. Don't worry, they'll get over her soon and start to like you. Oh, man. Hey, shut up, man. Wow, they're all like this. Could you imagine being this girl? You know, you're barely out of your teens. Hundreds of thousands of people are watching you and they're like, where's the other one? You're not the good one. We hate you. We all think you're weird. And a pendejo. That's brutal. The more they try to ignore it, the worse everything will be. I can't stand to see the comment section up and running anymore. It's depressing without Brett. Oh, that's brutal. You're making us depressed, you piece of shit, 20-year-old.
Knowing that I'm giving away sensitive data, but I give it away anyways because I want to use the app. But in the back of my head, I know that there are other consequences. But something has to be glaringly wrong if both sides of the aisle agree on something like this, which makes me pause. Now this
No. Okay, this is new Ben Shapiro talking about the TikTok ban. She takes away like the exact wrong message. She's like, well, look, both sides of the aisle want to ban it, so they must be right. The small government Daily Wire, both sides want to ban it, must be right. That's funny. I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro, what should we call him? Boy Ben Shapiro, because now there's a girl version. I bet he's saying the exact same thing. It's for the small government, except that they agree on this, so ban it. No, exact wrong message. Go read the Paris Marx article. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but this is the exact wrong message you should take from this.
Whoa, she is not getting viewed. Oh my God.
That Brett Cooper used to get in the hundreds of thousands. This one has 51,000 in 2 days. Oh man. Looks like Jen Shapiro, #1, the original who was cloned, took her audience with her a little bit, maybe. That's kind of weird because this girl here is actually way more tolerable. Maybe that's why the Daily Wire audience liked her so much, because she was annoying and they're annoying, maybe. But this lady comes off as like a slightly more tolerable, real human being, even though not at all. But that Brett Cooper woman just seemed like a bot or something. At least this lady seems slightly human. But they're all like, we want that AI-generated woman back.
Jumping in for a quick update, guys, because Trump officially just asked the Supreme Court to pause the TikTok ban. So he might just save the day after all.
But in all of this back and forth, I thought, where are all of the billionaires out there who I'm sure would love to get a taste of TikTok? And alas, a multi-millionaire reality star has entered the ring.
Oh my God.
And no, not Donald Trump, and he's actually a billionaire, but it was Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, a.k.a. Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, great. Trump's going to ignore the fact that Congress, on a bipartisan basis, has claimed that this is Chinese spyware, and it is, on Jan 19th.
Okay, so she likes that. Okay.
That are interested in buying it. And so this idea that it's about freedom of speech has nothing to do with it. Congress order simply says sell it to an American-controlled entity, and you can maintain it. So it's not about freedom of speech, it's about Chinese spyware. I want there to be shareholders beside me, and so they can, if they wish, indicate their interest at wonderfultiktok.com. But this is Chinese spyware. And in India, a few years ago, they shut this down. There was a kerfuffle for 5 days, and everybody forgot about it. So if they don't...
We won't forget about TikTok this time.
If you buy it and you save TikTok from going out of business in the U.S., I think a lot of young people will vote for you, too. Gotta leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Kevin clearly has a plan. In fact, he has a whole website designated to his plans to buy TikTok. To all TikTok lovers out there, this should give you hope. The fight is not yet over.
Great conclusion. Great conclusion. Oh, no, we got a meme. Great conclusion. You know what I just realized who she kind of reminds me of? Is the lady from one of my favorite I Think You Should Leave sketches. Play the sketch.
That's great. So cute. Okay, so cute. Look what I just posted. Eating crap with these sacks of shit. If they died tomorrow, no one would shed a tear. So cute. Wait, what the hell? You called me a dum-dum and she called me an idiot, so...
Yeah, when you post a pic of yourself where you look really cute, then you have to say something a little self-deprecating so it doesn't look like you're just bragging.
Oh, okay. Got it.
She does kind of remind me of her. If you haven't seen that sketch, go watch it. It might be my favorite Think You Should Leave sketch. Who cares? Anyway. But I like that. Kevin O'Leary kind of gives the game away a little bit because that's what Paris Marx is writing about, like, this might be like Silicon Valley and American business people not wanting to compete, you know, yada, yada. And Kevin O'Leary's like, oh, maybe I could buy this thing cheap. And instead of saying like, oh, wait, this is kind of anti-competitive or whatever, she's like, hey, this billionaire, whatever, TV idiot might save us all. Yay. Jen Shapino might be missing the point here a little bit.
But anyway, guys.
It is Thursday. That's actually a pretty good one. It's one of the better ones. It's the first day of 2025 when I'm recording this. Oh, it's the second day now. So, again, I know you guys got things that you are trying to do. And we are going to be hitting it with the...
Show me the proof, dumbass.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.